Sri Sanjeev Agrawal. Am I audible? Good. President PSD CCI. Whenever I come to a program of this chamber, I feel at home. It is a representative voice of trade, commerce and industry. Sri Hemant Jain, Senior Vice President, PSD CCI. Dr. J.P. Gupta, Chair, Environment and Climate Change Committee. Dr. Ranjit Mehta, Executive Director, PSD CCI. Sri Yogi Sareen, CEO, Petron, Scientech Incorporated, former presidents. I have been former president of some institutions. I never forget them. They are a great asset. And those in power should listen to the former presidents. It will go a long way. Distinguished delegates and audience. Friends from all over the globe, I take it as a great privilege and honor to address you all at the Valedictory session of the 4th International Climate Change Climate Summit. Climate change is a word that resonates every fora, nationally and globally. It is soothing together that climate change is finding well-deserved and needed resonance. The deliberation on contemporaneously relevant theme, bioenergy, path to Viksit Bharat, will certainly go a long way in contributing towards the containment of climate change menace. Dented corn ethanol has been talked about. I am son of a farmer. I immediately caught the idea on 2 counts. One is productivity threefold, and it helps contain climate change in some sense. You have taken a good theme. Our planet, once pristine green heaven, is not a shade of its past. Not a shade. Bled by climate change, triggered by reckless exploitation of natural resources and deforestation, amongst others, have brought us to near catastrophe. Humanity is cliffhanging. Climate change balloon is getting bigger and bigger day by day. Its deflation can take place only when there is global convergence. A considered attempt on urgent basis. This is one such initiative. Friends, let us never forget, there is no contingent plan for us. We don't have another planet. This is the only planet where more than 8 billion people can live. This should make us alive to the situation, the gravity, the extremity of all, and then to see this should be our priority. This should be our foremost priority. Climate change is a bomb ticking by the second. We are running out of options. It is no longer a problem waiting to happen. It is getting aggravated every second. Friends, if there is an existential issue before the planet, an existential problem, it is climate change for over 8 billion humanity. It's the worst problem the humanity has ever faced. A problem that we are experiencing, a problem that can no longer await solution, a problem, if not urgently attended, will lead to disaster for the planet community. The issue of climate change is not one that any single nation can solve by itself. No. The global community is cornered as never before on account of this falling menace. Historically and proverbially, heavens have never fallen. With this global catastrophic situation, it may be realization of the worst. Harmonious coexistence with nature and deep respect for our ecology has been intrinsic facet of Bharat's civilizational ethos. Look at 5,000 old civilizational ethos, trajectory over centuries and millennium. You will find total commitment to nature. Our Vedas, our ancient scriptures, script nothing but affirmative, pro-environment mindset that has been integral to our lives and thought process. Climate change has emerged as a global disaster, manifested as escalating sea levels. We see it every day. Prolonged droughts in every part of the globe. Intensified wildfires. They have geometrically escalated. Unprecedented storms contributing to community collapses worldwide. These changes, friends, not only endanger vulnerable populations, but also threaten biodiversity and food security, placing significant strain on our natural resources and agricultural systems. Friends, as we confront these challenges, it becomes imperative to adopt a holistic and inclusive approach that leverages innovative solutions and sustainable practices. Let me tell you, of the over 8 billion people that live on the planet, it is a problem of all of them. And all of them are in a position to contribute in one way or the other. We only have to keep it in our mindset as a priority. We can do it at our home, in our factory, on the road, in our working, in our functioning. India has embarked on an ambitious journey. We have set a target to achieve 50% of its installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel-based energy sources by 2030 and achieving net zero by 2070. You will be happy to note India is among lead nations to be working earnestly in this direction. India has set this target and working for it in a significant manner by taking several affirmative steps of policies and innovation. The journey of India's commitment to biofuels was marked by a significant milestone when our first biofuel-powered flight undertook its maiden voyage in the year 2018, a landmark. The 2018 National Biofuel Policy aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and reliance on imported petroleum by promoting biofuel blending with conventional fuels. Complementing this, the National Bioenergy Program, launched in 2022, encourages the use of surplus biomass while providing an additional income source for rural households, thus addressing both environmental and economic objectives. And I gather dented corn ethanol will be an additional positive factor that will capture the imagination of Indian farmer and increase their income as well. Friends, green hydrogen mission, there is already a financial outlay of 18,000 crores. This has capacity to invite investment of 8 lakh crores and jobs for 6 lakh. It is a significant step in the right direction so that we move towards positive step to contain climate change. Waste to wealth, the Govardhan scheme is a component of Swachh Bharat. When the Prime Minister of the country from Red Fort, ramparts, announced Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, some people did not appreciate the focus and the depth of it. It has now become a big program, also a facet to contain climate change. Modern bioenergy not only provides clean fuels, but also helps mitigate pollution, enhances farmers' income, reduces import bills, and create local jobs. Just imagine for a moment, if our planet becomes livable as it was 100 years ago, it will be a good economic factor for us, soothing for us. We will get relief. We will not be choked in the throat. Then think to yourself, why are we not contributing? We are not contributing because we are having a mindset that our small contribution in a population of 8 billion people in a large planet will be inconsequential. Have it from me. It will be the most consequential, impactful contribution you can ever make. Friends, during G20 summit in New Delhi, a milestone for India. G20 gave India a great cutting edge in soft diplomacy. The world came to recognize our prowess. G20 was featured in every state and every union territory. There, a significant decision was taken. Global Biofuel Alliance was launched. And this was a second attempt by India. We had already gone to Solar Alliance, headquartered in India. Reduce, reuse, recycle. The 3R strategy is not a mantra. It is efficacious mantra. It has high productivity. It signals collective battle and war cry against climate change. The transition to sustainable and developed India requires, mark my words, participation of everyone. Central government, state governments, municipalities, panchayats, NGOs, small and micro enterprises, large corporates, all have to come to one stage, have to be on the same page to tackle this problem, because if not tackled, it will be non-discriminatory. It will make no exception. You cannot have a safe place. You cannot have a bunker to save yourselves, howsoever high and mighty you may be. And therefore, the only option is to join the marathon march to contain climate change. If you don't participate in this हवन, इस हवन में यदि अगर 8 बिलियन में से एक भी व्यक्ति आहुति नहीं देता है, एक भी संगठन अपना सक्रिय प्रभाव नहीं डालता है, वो खुद को खतरे में डालता है. Time for us to get together, work together, march together, solve the problem in togetherness. Climate justice must be our North Star, as climate change disproportionately affects marginalized and vulnerable communities. But don't be moved by this. The weaker section gets its impact faster. When the day of reckoning will come, nobody will be spared. And therefore, we have to move unitedly as much as we can do, unleash our energy to the maximum, exploit our potential, give everything we can by way of CSR funds and otherwise to see we tackle the problem well in time. As the impact of climate change reverberates across nations, all the nations, all United Nations outfits, all NGOs are concerned with it. But what we find is, it should go beyond conferences. It should get into big narratives. Everyone must use the social platforms, and everyone must indicate what contribution he or she is making. As Rajya Sabha chairperson, I indicated to all the honorable members, please plant at least 200 plants every year. When I go to functions, I make it a habit to do it. This will have great impact. And latest, Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam is not only emotive appeal. It is not just a slogan. It is a revolutionary step, a step that will ensure that 1.4 billion people will plant every year. It will have geometric, positive, cascading impact. It will help us deal with this existential problem. a problem that is of our making, a problem that is of our making because we ignored the nature, we ignored the sublimity, we ignored our civilization ethos, we went for commerce, over-exploitation of natural resources and deforestation. Friends, therefore, awareness of it will be easy because people are aware of it. We must reaffirm our commitment that this will be dictating our course 24/7. It is not something we can do once a month or once a year. We have to do it every day because our capacity to contribute every day is apparent to us. And if we do that, assimilation of our efforts will become Himalayan and they will contain the problem we are facing. Friends, as we march ahead, let us remember the wise words of Mahatma Gandhi. He always thought of the poor. He always thought of virtuosity. He believed in sublimity. He believed in humanity. He contributed to the concept which is our own, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We treat the entire world as a nation. That was our motto in G20 also. One family, one planet, one future. From that, what he said, remember the wise words of Father of the Nation. I quote him. The world has enough for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed, unquote. He said at that point of time, just imagine what has happened since his death. Situation then was not as complicated as now. Now it is not greed. We have gone much beyond that. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि जिस टहनी पर बैठे हैं उसी को काट रहे हैं? ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि जो ऑक्सीजन आसानी से मिल सकती है उसको सिलेंडर मिलेंगे? ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि 2 पैसे के फायदे के लिए प्लेनेट को ही खत्म कर देंगे? It is time for soul searching. It is time for soul searching of everyone, those in government authority, those in corporates, those NGOs, society leaders, students, workers, farmers, everyone. They must contribute to the best of their capacity. As a matter of fact, I would appeal to you, please overexert, over-contribute, because ultimately it will go to your benefit, to the collective benefit of the entire humanity. इससे ज्यादा धर्म का काम आज के दिन पृथ्वी पर कुछ नहीं हो सकता. आप किसी भी संप्रदाय के हों, किसी भी देश के हों, किसी भी संगठन के हों, किसी भी जाति के हों, आप ये काम करते हैं तो आप स्वयं को नहीं औरों को भी सुरक्षित करते हैं और भविष्य में आने वाली पीढ़ियों को आप वो तो नहीं दे सकेंगे जो आपको मिला था, पर कम से कम ऐसी व्यवस्था देंगे जिसको वो आपसे ज्यादा सुधार कर सकेंगे. पर आपने यदि समय पर काम नहीं लिया, विवेक से काम नहीं लिया, त्याग से काम नहीं लिया, भारतीय संस्कृति के मूल सिद्धांतों की अनुपालना नहीं की, तो संपूर्ण विश्व बड़े संकट में आ जाएगा. और मैंने पहले भी कहा है, कोई कंटिजेंट प्लान नहीं है, कोई बंकर नहीं है, कोई दूसरा प्लेनेट नहीं है. यही प्लेनेट है, इसी को सुरक्षित रखना है, इसी का सर्जन करना है, इसी का संरक्षण करना है. लेट अस कंटिन्यू फ्रेंड्स टू वर्क टुगेदर, leveraging our strengths extremely, as much as we can do, most indulgently, to create a world that is not only resilient to climate change, but also thriving in harmony with nature. और भारत से उपयुक्त कोई स्थान नहीं है. भारत दुनिया का पहला देश है जिनके लोगों ने कभी दूसरे देश पर आक्रमण नहीं किया है. हमने आक्रमण झेले हैं. भारत की वो भूमि है जहां समय समय हर कालखंड के अंदर कहते रहे हैं, war is no solution, it has to be through diplomacy and methodology. Prime Minister Modi said, war can't be a solution, expansion can't be a policy. कितने wise words हैं. Those are the words in which Bharat believes. और आज के दिन तो भारत जो कर रहा है दुनिया में, भारत की हैसियत तो दुनिया में है, भारत की प्रगति दुनिया को आश्चर्यचकित करती है। हमने जो कल्पना नहीं की वो हमने हासिल किया है। आप में से बहुत से लोग होंगे जिन्होंने अंदाजा नहीं किया होगा कि आज से 34 साल पहले भारत की इकोनॉमी की साइज लंदन शहर से छोटी थी, पेरिस से छोटी थी। उस समय मैं केंद्र में मंत्री था और आज हम कहां से कहां आ गए और हम कहां जा रहे हैं। 2047 विकसित भारत कोई सपना नहीं है। It's a target we will surely achieve. I am sure you all will carry the message day in and day out to ensure we save the planet. We will nurture it later on. First, let us save it. I am grateful for the time you have given to me. Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Thank you, His Excellency, for delivering the keynote address.